Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Mountain Blade Warband with the Between Empires mod. Last time around we found ourselves in a little bit of a colonial expedition, going all the way to Oman to put down one of our enemies. As I mentioned in that episode though, on my way down, Denmark joined the war and declared war on us. So, naturally, we should go ahead and defeat the Danish. Luckily for me, my army has already already more or less subdued the Danish. They only have two areas left, their capital and this place right here. Not entirely sure why they bypassed this and went for these two first. But we're gonna go ahead and attack and take these out. Now, initially, I will try to do it with just the troops that I have at my own disposal, in terms of the troops we can see right here. As we go along, though, we might have to call in the rest of the army, because the Danish, of course, I'm not entirely sure if I checked their industry. At this point, of course, they've lost a lot of their industry. But I can imagine that they are pretty okay in terms of what they're doing in industry. So they actually do have a factory in military supply. Now, I'm guessing this is in the capital, otherwise we might have captured it. And they also got one for weaponry. And they also got one for ammunition. Now, I'm guessing these are all in their own territory. We can actually see that, I think, if we go Debol, Kiel. I'm building an ammunition factory on my own. Okay, now we're going through a lot of our own. There we go. Aarhus is one of the other one we captured. Which one am I missing? Aalborg. Machine parts plant in Aalborg, okay. So all the military facilities for the Danish are located in the capital, or possibly here then. So they could very well stand to lose some of their military equipment when we take this over. But pretty clever by the Danish to locate most of their military industry in the capital then, to protect it in case of war, as a lot of their territory might fall very early on. Lots of bandits roaming the land. I guess, you know, I was down in Oman for quite a while. Not entirely sure, you know, how, you know, my army's rampage as I was down here. Currently also, because they are actually allied and they're sort of the war will end in a way where both will be pieced out. So that's why we're still occupying a lot of that. I guess we've been going around it quite a while, or maybe there just always is a load of outlaws in Denmark, who knows. Anyways, there's only 85 troops defending this town. However, of course, as we can see here, they've got 10 field guns and 5 machine guns to operate this. Field guns got... I mean, obviously, they won't be able to bring all to bear against me, all their field guns. But they will be able to bring the machine guns, and the thing is, when I come within the range of the field guns have a higher rate of fire, and they could quickly devastate and destroy whatever troops moves against them. So that is to be kept in mind. Not entirely sure if Denmark has been able to... I know a lot of the smaller nations, because I know Switzerland is usually the first one to get all these sort of new technologies going for them. I know they got gas a lot earlier than me. Could be the same for Denmark, but who knows. The thing though is, one thing about gas, obviously the main impact that you see of gas is that it kills people. But there's another effect, of course, when you put the mask on, the troops actually lose some of their accuracy, which you can see. You can see I'll show you once we go into battle here. Prepare to attack the town. Right. We are now ready to attack. There has been a Danish army riding back and forth outside as we have been preparing to attack. It might come ahead and attack us right afterwards. There's about 100 men. But at this point I actually got reinforced, so I think we should be about 150 going into this. Let's go ahead and lead our troops in the assault. First, as always, we need to form in single rows. And then get our troops up and ready. And get the artillery in positions as well. Okay, so we are getting fired upon. As they only have what's it called? Field guns. Should mean, yeah, most of the guns are silenced right now. They're not firing. Yeah, it's all field guns. So as long as we don't, expose ourselves, we should be fine. The artillery strikes we can see right now is probably because the Danish machine gunners are charging our position rather foolishly. Alright, let's bring the troops across. I think we're gonna split the troop to try and keep both sides of the enemy kind of down within their trenches. We're gonna bring up the field guns. Field guns have split to German to Bulgarian. Let's bring up the infantry a little bit closer so that the field guns are not facing the brunt of the enemy attack. Second company to move up. Third company to move up. And then fourth company as well. Maybe not actually move. I can see a lot of bullets landing on the ground there. Let's try not to lose too many men. So at this point, it's quite even, although we have more wounded than the enemy. Field guns not really properly set up. I think if I get them to about here. Oh, we lost some Bulgarians there. Although it seems that bloody gun is stuck there. I need to get these firing though, so otherwise I would try and redeploy this a little bit. But I need to start shelling this a lot. Let's go ahead and hit the Danish with gas. And see if we can't gas the little bastards. Right, the gas is coming in. Oh, they do have proper gas masks. It didn't help those guys. Third company was forced to retreat. It seems to be the fire coming from this redoubt. Could be that there's a machine gun here. I don't mean one of those. I mean, yeah, one of that one right there. That one is causing problem for the companies set on this side. And that's why we lost 18 dead, 29 wounded. We still have an advantage in terms of troop numbers. But we could definitely be doing better. So I'm gonna try and get third set up again. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move fourth forward. even with knowing that we're coming under fire. I'm gonna dig in this group though. Hopefully that will be fine. We're losing quite a bit of troops, and I actually told them to dig in before they were properly in place. Alright, 4th company was forced back after all that fire. 3rd can go in and take that place. It's going okay for these guys, to the point where they're actually started to face this side instead. I'm gonna bring 3rd up and set it in the trench, and then hopefully 4th is ready to come back, and they'll join them soon enough. Okay, so we're actually within range of the field guns, or the field guns have visual view of this trench, or at least on the side here. Not super accurate fire right now, but it's something to keep in mind here. Looking at the situation here, I'm thinking we're gonna send up 2nd company to clear out the Danish over there, and then I'm gonna have 1st company move more towards this side. And now with this is set up, we should be able to relocate the field guns to a better position to shell these guys. I'm thinking setting it up right there. And then we're gonna bring the heavy guns closer to this so we can actually shell this area right here. We've lost some guys out of the heavy guns. I don't know how we've lost troopers out of that. We do have some cavalry. You can see about dragging them into the fight as well. This side has actually lost quite a lot of troops. And at this point, 2nd company is at 16 men. Most of them are actually firing towards the wrong side. Now there's only 1 Danish soldier left here. To the point where I kind of don't see a point focusing in on him. We should focus everything then on the other redoubt. So relocate 2nd company to over here. Losing a little bit too many people over on this side. And guess we're also not really pushing enough fire that way. Gonna bring up the machine guns a little bit better. And from what I can see, we're not doing a whole lot of damage over there. The field guns are not firing. I guess we're gonna have to bring them closer as well. I could bring them to this side and have them fire from here. Heavy artillery. Give them a round of gas. If nothing else, but to reduce their ability to fire. So yeah, I was talking about the ability to fire. So what we can see here is the first one with the hand is obviously morale. Then you have got stamina, and here is what I believe is accuracy. As you can see, all of mine is at 100. But if, say, gas would hit close to our troops, and I would be forced... You know what? I can actually put gas on... Let's put gas mask on the cavalry. Oh, did I brought... I was not supposed to bring these guys up. Let's see, where do I have the cavalry? This is the machine gun. Here's the cavalry group. So I'm gonna order them to put the mask on, and we should see a definite change here. So, as you can see, their accuracy dropped once I put the mask on. To 50, it's a lot more than I thought, actually. 55%, it's reduced. And then what it looks like to be a permanent reduce as well, or I guess just from moving up. It could be that the stamina is changed from this as well. Obviously it would be maybe impair your breathing a little bit wearing the mask. So 55, that's kind of a lot in terms of their accuracy. Yeah, look at that. Stamina is it seems that the mask is reducing stamina recovery. So even if gas might not kill enemy troops when you fire it upon them, once they have gotten modern gas masks, more so than just the improvised ones, it still impacts. It still has quite the impact on enemy troops. So at this point, I have 51 wounded and 27 dead, compared to 48 Danish dead and 8 wounded. So my advantage, because the Danish started with, what, around 90, 100 men, so my 50 men advantage has shrunk quite a bit. Right now it's kind of a war of attrition, where we're just blasting, and we're able to obviously blast a lot better than the Danish are. We've got 4 machine guns and then tons of infantry, all trained upon them, firing everything we've got. I'm gonna get all of these companies into the trench, so we can see about getting maximum firepower upon them. So now we're gonna get everything here going on them. Oh, we're taking some fire there. That's not great. I'm gonna pull the first company back then a little bit. No point in taking that many casualties from the enemy guns. Still, we have that one Danish troop out there on the left. Definitely want to take him out. Currently, we need to get a better angle on these, because clearly we're not hitting as well as we could, because a lot of them are holding out. First company is suffering quite a bit from that. I'll put first company actually behind the trench, and then we should also move the machine guns, because now we've lost 2 of them. The field guns no longer have can no longer see anything to fire upon, so we should move them as well. See if I move them over here. At least some of them might be able to fire. Also, I definitely need to get out there to get the single Danish soldier. It's gonna take a while, but I think I'm up for the task. So hopefully I'll be able to shoot. Ooh, okay. Let's keep an eye on that. Our field guns getting hit. Would not be great to lose a lot of those guns. Are they able to fire from that position? Doesn't look like it. I was hoping ooh, we've lost a lot on our first company. Thing is though, we have blown up a lot of the Danish defenders. At this point they have only 38 men left. However, we're slowly losing quite a few men out of this. I'm thinking I can get the field guns over to this side, and from there fire at an angle which might be able to clear the trench. At the same time, to reduce the likelihood of our troops getting destroyed, I'm gonna remove a lot of our troops from the forward part of the trench, and then hopefully most of the enemy's cannon fire is gonna hit on that and not so much on us. Have we lost? No, there's should be 3 howitzers here. I don't know why these guys are stuck. Let's get them all ready and firing. Looks like we lost one of the field guns in the move onto here, but I'm still determined to get them into a good place there. Right, hopefully we'll get all 3 howitzers firing. Okay, that one howitzer was wanted to fire on this guy, which is definitely why I need to get out there and get him. At this point, it seems like we've gotten so many of the Danish defenders that the troops are now even firing on the one Danish guy over there. I'm gonna have to go in, try and clear the trenches. We'll see if can do that. Oh, we lost another gun. That's not good. I'm gonna see about clearing that out, and then we'll see how we'll deal with the last position of the Danish army. I've made it across the most difficult part. I was actually quite heavily harassed by the enemy artillery. Let's have this guy continuously fire into the wall. And then he's gonna have to reload sooner or later, right? Once he does, I can pop up and kind of safely just shoot him. Or just get him like that. Great. Right, so I've also brought these field guns with me. And hopefully from this position right here, they should be able to get a better position firing on those few Danish troops remaining. At this point, there's only a 10-man difference, if you don't count the artillery. With 45 of my troops ready against theirs 35. So not great stats, to be sure. Oh, blast! You're looking at the wrong units. You're supposed to be looking at these ones. I would like you to fire on the guys across the trench if you could, rather than the ones back at their spawn. I guess that is the closest unit to fire upon, according to these guys. It's closer to this than to this, and that's why they're not aiming properly. I think we can dare move a little bit forward and hopefully get into a position where these would be closer than these, so they would actually aim this way, which was the original idea. Because otherwise, if I have to run all the way back and then run through here to get... Oh, now you're looking at that way, but you're not firing though. Come on. Now it looks like there might be... No? Right. I'm gonna have to go over there and try and clear the trench, which means that I have to run past that area again, where the enemy can fire upon me. Right, there's nothing for me to do but to try my best. I'm gonna try and run from cover to cover, but I think they're already actually firing on me. Yeah, they've started to fire. I'm guessing they're firing at me. I haven't seen any shots coming closer though, but we can see here where multiple shots have landed, so we know that they would be firing on me right about here. Seems fine right now. Maybe not speak too soon. This gun got definitely hit by their troops. Much smoother actually making it back here. It could be that similar to my guns, having them as the closest target, their guns have this as the closest target, and that's why they were looking at this, trying to aim at that, and not looking at the units that are actually like within visible range. So it's all about proximity more so than about the units that they can actually see. And we can actually test this theory by having one of the companies, let's have the 3 cavalry units, actually move to a position that would be very much be targeted by the enemy's artillery, right? So they're well within visible range of these guys, but they're not firing anymore. because this unit's closer. So it's all about proximity. Looks like there's about 2 Danish soldiers in that trench. As we now have their guns, you know, looking elsewhere, I could fill this trench up again. And we can even try and get the machine guns in there. And with all of this, we might be able to shoot down those 2 Danes. We might have a bullet straying past and killing them. We can hope so anyways. But for safety measure, I'm gonna move out and see if I can't kill them. On the way there, I might end up in a position where I'm closer than my artillery on the left. So I could come under fire from the field guns. So that is something to take in consideration. I could also get shot by the guys up here. The other Danish guy was completely clueless. But these might not be. So right now there's only 1 Danish guy left in the trench. Or what I can see on the map anyways. And hopefully it stays that way. Completely different story this battle to, or this video, compared to the easier victories we had in Arabia. Where we, you know, the enemy could outnumber us by quite a high factor. But then again, we're comparing a, you know, modern industrial nation against those desert nomads that still used percussion-capped musketry. Okay, so the guy should be right here. Oh. I don't know, I can't even see him because of the... That is gonna be difficult because he's gonna... Oh, he's just around the corner up there. It's just around up the corner. Oh, he's dead. Just as I come into the trench, the bastard has the audacity to die. And so I'm left with just rubble. Right. For the last part of this assault, I think we should be very careful in how we approach this. Because we only have 13 more men in troops compared to the enemy, and they've got those field guns ready to just pummel us to absolute destruction. So we're gonna give it quite the artillery barrage before we go ahead and decide to move in on their position. We're in a good position right now. There's only 1 Danish troop ahead of the cannons. If we kill him, then my heavy artillery will be able to face the field, will be aiming for the field guns, and eventually I'll win just by destroying them. So we're gonna go head on with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna... This was a good tip someone gave me. You know, instead of going 1 by 1, selecting them like this, you can actually press Shift and select multiple and give them order through that. So in this case, I'm gonna give all of them orders to walk, but then when I give the order to charge, hopefully they'll still run, but they won't expend stamina. That's... Oh, did we just win? Did I just win? Okay, so that 1 Danish guy died. Just right now, I just saved a lot of my troops just from getting absolutely murdered on the approach here. So the last guy was that guy in green right there. Ha! Wonderful. That just saved the rest of my army. Wonderful. Glorious victory. I have defeated my enemy, but obviously my casualties are going to be quite high. 100 casualties in total, with 28 killed, 76 wounded, and 4 routed. For my enemies, we're looking at 81 casualties, 60 killed, 13 wounded, and 8 routed. We captured some Danish uniforms. Nothing that I want right now. I will go ahead and take this for myself, as always. We also got £359 from, I guess, looting the place. Let's go ahead and take a look at... There's nothing in terms of industry. So, my hope of destroying the Danish military industry didn't work because it's all concentrated in the capital. The bastards. Right. So we've taken that. That means we've taken everything, and we should now concentrate to move towards Copenhagen. Now, there is water crossings here, and I want to kind of see if I can get in a Danish army in the water crossings. Now, I'm thinking it won't do anything. Like, there won't be, you know, a naval battle situation or a sort of a D-Day landing or something if we get pushed to a battlefield like next to the sea or anything. But just to have it tried, I know some people were curious what happens if you meet someone as you move across the sea. So let's go ahead and move over back to Dybol and see if we can't find a Danish division there. So currently I have 54 men ready. Could mean that I could drag in Frederick Anderson's army. I could try and drag that towards the sea. Yes, he's following me now. Because I have only 62 men ready. I'm pretty sure since I will be in a defensive position... What are they fighting up there? Rural outlaws. So he's got 120. I've got 65 men ready. I want to see if I can get maybe a little bit more troops ready before we take him on. As I said though, we will be in a defensive position, and I'm sure that we will be able to take them down either way. Did it just change? Not right. Let's just do it. We have 73 men. I think that's well enough to take down an attacking army. So we're gonna see what happens here. So we're now meeting in the middle here on the ice. I don't know how it works. Frederick Anderson, halt! You know what? I will fight you to the end, you Danish bastard. Right. Let's go ahead and start a battle. Right, so it's the same as always. There's no difference. Not that I totally expected there to be one. It would be rather odd. I was maybe hoping that it would be that bugged sort of naval naval scene, as they call this scene, that is in some mods for Mountain Blade. Are they sending the cavalry? Yes, they are. Oh, machine guns, yes. I thought that was our field guns firing, but that is of course the enemy's guns that are firing. Let's get the cavalry out to the side and then start digging in the troops here, and the artillery and the machine guns should cover the rest. That's my field guns are able to fire above. I think they're even they're even able to maybe fire onto the Danish troops all the way over there. And now we're dug in. We've got the machine guns covering this area right here. All's wonderful. Let's tell our men to fire at my command right now. They're already doing the victory shouts? Or did he just die and that's why he was shouting? Be ready to turn. I've yet to see the enemy use gas on me. Definitely the Danish do have gas. They have the ability because they've got the gas masks. But they've not really fired gas on me. I would like to see the AI use gas against me. That would be interesting. So we got some of the Danish troops moving through here. Or all of them, I should say. A little bit more split up on this side compared to this side. I'm not entirely sure what the difference is. I'm guessing the grey are the normal infantry, and then the green are the lights. But who knows? Who knows? Let's go ahead and see what kind of artillery does the Danish have. They're firing pretty fast, so I'm guessing it's the the howitzer rather than the heavy howitzers. Maybe I should switch out just to howitzers, just because of the amount of shells that we'll be able to lay upon the enemy. The enemy likes to use the howitzers comparisons to the heavy howitzers. Heavy howitzers, obviously, when they get a hit, they... Oh, I forgot to remove the grass. I remember someone, you know, looking at the grass here when it kind of pops in these squares. Didn't like that. I remember to remove it, but it kind of resets every time. Oh, we lost one of the machine gunners. I want the Danes to get pretty close before we unleash. Currently they're going heavy on this flank right here, to the point where they're actually kind of suppressing these guys. But the thing is, I will be leveling so much artillery onto them. Plus, when the machine guns do start to fire here, it's going to be devastating on the Danes. Maybe instead of having the machine guns here, actually, I should move them up behind, kind of maybe have them here, or somewhere further up. Maybe actually here in the second trench line here. We should be able to... Let's go ahead and make ready for the gas to be fired. Okay, I just lost almost all my machine gunners. Okay, are they doing the... looks like they're doing the final assault here. Fire at will, soldiers. Fire at will. There's the Danish general coming right at me. Oh shit. God damn it. It's always those bloody machine guns, isn't it? Did he just shoot that horse? The Danes might be able to overtake us. I'm not sure. Not super happy with the situation. I'm a little bit worried because the Danes aren't being forced back. They've taken the first trench line here. They continued their assault for a lot longer than I thought. Damn, the Danes are putting up really heavy resistance to us here. Very, very heavy resistance, but the enemy is all over, so we're gonna go ahead and select all of these troops. I'm gonna tell them to walk, but then I'm also going to tell them... Oh, now we won. I was gonna tell them to charge. I can still tell them to charge. Right. But there we have it. We figured out that... you know, it looked like I lost a lot of men, but it just in comparisons to the what I had, I lost a lot of troops. 12 dead, 16 wounded against 100 enemy dead and 13 enemy wounded. Right, we held even through all of this. Battlefield even kind of looks a bit like where you think of World War One with all these craters everywhere. And here's the final score. 28 casualties on our side, 10 killed, 16 wounded, 2 routed. On the enemy side, we have a total of 120 casualties, 100 killed, 13 wounded, 4 routed. So, kind of a big difference there. He managed to escape. We managed to get some Swedish troops. Recently, I actually posted a video on YouTube where I'm wearing one of these uniforms that I've been able to put together. And it's very much like I do have most of the equipment. The thing that I'm lacking for my Swedish uniform, which I haven't set up, is I don't have kind of the blanket going over the what's it called? The backpack. But otherwise, I have everything. I'm also looking for the Swedish water bottle, which I'm surprised to find is actually in glass water bottle. And as far as I can see, there's no actual way of like hanging it onto the troop, similar to what the Germans have when they have their canteen strapped to the back of their belt. And a lot of other armies, you know, have their canteen strapped to them. The Swedish don't seem to have that. And when I looked for the water bottle of the time, it turned out it was made of glass, which seems not like a great idea. Also, a lot of the equipment I have is original from the time period. Not necessarily from 1910, which is the model of the uniform. But a lot of like the shovel, the backpack, a lot of it, like a lot of the equipment. Just because I mean, no one's making reenactment gear for Swedish World War One uniforms, so yeah, you kind of have to go with original stuff. Anyways, we brought on some Swedes. How does the light infantry look like? Basically the same, I guess, in different rifle. In this case, it looks like he has a musket on his side. And his back. Swedish Lancers, what do they look like? Pretty nice. I kind of want one of those uniforms. It would be... One thing that I think would be interesting is playing a smaller nation. Not necessarily Sweden, but playing a smaller nation, because you would have to go in and more micromanagement stuff like that. Like I've talked a bit about, you know, the economy of you know, weapons manufacturing and stuff like that, and you would be currently I've been the biggest nation. I've just been able to overwhelm basically everyone I've been fighting with just by just sheer numbers if I need to. So might be interesting to play one of the smaller nations. Sweden or any of the Nordic country would be interesting, just because you have the possibility of like slowly increasing your size by taking out the smaller nations close to you. But then you could also think of some of the nations on the Balkans, maybe you know, Romania, Bulgaria, the Serbians, the Greeks, and so on. Or maybe a medium nation. But then again, maybe that's kind of too large when you go Italy, Spain, or something like that. It would be maybe more fun to do some of the smaller ones. I don't know what else nations there would be. I don't know if we want to do the musket guys. That's a bit too much, I think. Anyways, let's go back to here. I'm gonna have to recover a lot of strength, and then also, since we've done 2 battles, this might very well be the end of the video, but I kind of lost track through there. I'm gonna go ahead and recover the troops and figure out some stuff, and once I've done that, I'll come back. You know what? Given with 2 battles and, you know, explaining a bunch of stuff and whatever, this is definitely enough for 1 episode. So I think we'll go... Oh, sorry. So I think we'll go ahead and end it right here. And then for the next one, we'll take out Copenhagen. Or maybe that's enough, actually, for this. Because I'm not looking to, you know, completely take over the Danish. In terms of this, you know, it would be nice to have some more areas to get some more factories going. Actually, you know, I could... Well, let's see how much I can take of Danish territory. And then we'll call it quits. Because I don't think I want to take all of it. And I don't think I can take all of it without suffering masses of infamy. So currently, we stand to gain 7 infamy from what we've taken. So if we give back... which one am I going to give back? I can give back... If I give back 1, that's enough to call a peace and not gain any infamy. So... I could give them back this. But I think this one's... Let's see. If I go here... It usually says what they which one. Local road network. Connect to Kiel. Which is the one in our... Lübeck as well. And... okay, so that kind of is a linchpin. It connects to these 2 German cities, and then it connects to this one. I kind of want a connection in between my cities, a land connection. Obviously, we could go by sea. Let's go ahead and take a look at this one. Oh, so it connects past this to the German town as well. I wouldn't want to leave Danes with sort of split away. So the Denmark could just be this little bit. Depending on which town includes in Dybol. I imagine it is this one here and then one on the beach right there. So we would just return Dybol to them and that would be it. And then we'll call peace. I'm thinking for next episode though that I will ramp up the speed of how we progress in terms of technology. Let's go ahead and see, where do I have technology? Because currently we've got shock troops, which is the last one. It's at 90%, so it's going to take quite a while to get there. And I kind of want, you know, to develop the Roar battalions, and I want to use it on my last enemy, where we declare war on Great Britain and invade Great Britain. And then I want to have the, you know, the assault battalions, test them out, be able to throw grenades, see what kind of tactics we can use around that. And once that is done, I think we would call quits on this campaign, just because it, at this point, is just massive Germany bullying everyone. Where, I mean, we had some problems here dealing with the Danish, but that was because I kind of went in on my own, and I told my army to go, you know, hide in a corner somewhere, while I took them on by myself. Or at least in this part. Obviously, I pacified the nation first with my army before I went in to play a little with what was left. So, let's go ahead and conduct peace treaty with the Danish. And we're gonna give them back Dybol. And that's fine. Make peace. Great. So now we've got quite a bit of areas. One of which was Aalborg, or was it this place that had the machine parts? So we added a factory to our kingdom with the machine parts. I think it was this one, right? The last one we took. The one that I was hoping for had... No, it wasn't this one. It was one of the other ones anyways that we took. We're gonna build something here as well. So that'll be nice. But let's go ahead and see if we can't make peace with some of the other nations that I'm at war with. So Belgium, I don't think we'll ever be able to secure peace with Belgium. It'd be like this forever. And I don't want to give them back any territory. Oh, we can give them... We could give them... Oh, I could give them Berlin for some reason. I can give them... we could relocate the Belgians. I could give them a random town somewhere, as long as it's not currently. We could relocate. We could relocate them. If I claim one of the territories of yeah, that that works. I could relocate them to Oman and get rid of them, because the thing is, this way, right now they'll never expect peace to get completely disappear. But I could give them completely. Where are we gonna I think this town, because it had most of the small villages. Haima, so that will relocate all the Belgians there. Great. We'll relocate them. Bye bye Belgium. I'm sorry, but we're gonna send you to the Arabian Peninsula. Right. Belgium, hello. I'm gonna give you a town. I'm gonna give you a Haima, and then there's peace. Right. Make peace. Alright, so we've dealt with that. We've relocated all the Belgians. Bye bye. And then Sultanate of Oman. I have no interest in holding any of that territory. It doesn't actually show which one of these territories are theirs, but I guess I don't want to be left with one of their territories, so I'm gonna make sure. I'm pretty sure it's Suhar, and there might be a third one. I don't want to be left with one of their territories. I don't want to end up going back to the... Oh, it is Sur and Suhar. Look at this, Haima. Kingdom of Belgium. We relocated them. Now I don't have to deal with them. They're so far away. Let's see, where was I? I wonder if maybe you can destroy nations. Clearly it doesn't seem like that, so you just have to relocate them to the corner of the map. Sultanate of Oman, I'm gonna give you back your crap. And then maybe the Belgians will take it all over. Maybe I should have built a factory for the Belgians before I took that. Right, make peace. Great. I'm still at war with the communists, the French communists, but I'm thinking I'm gonna take all of this before we sue for peace with them. So there we have that. And that's gonna be that for this episode. We just relocated the entire nation of Belgium to the Middle East. We sent them all off, and we also managed to yeah, that was when we managed to defeat the Danish as well. Took most of what they had, left them with one town besides the capital. Probably might be prey to Sweden because of that, but yeah, who knows. With that said, we're gonna end this episode right here. So I'll say, as I always say, hopefully you guys enjoyed this one, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.